Today is Tuesday, April 28th, and today I want to continue my look at the Lord's Prayer. And the next line of the Lord's Prayer is, "Give us this day our daily bread." Now there's a lot for us in that line. But first and foremost, this is Jesus telling us to ask things of God. Now, I don't think that our prayers should consist solely of asking things of God, but Jesus tells us that we can and should bring our requests to the Lord. These could be more spiritual requests, like asking God to grant us faith or peace or compassion for our neighbor. They could also be more worldly requests, like asking for healing for a loved one, or asking God to aid us in a struggle at work or at school, or asking for wisdom to make a decision we are facing. But it's important to know that Jesus was not just giving us permission to ask things of God. He directly commanded us to bring our requests to the Lord. And I believe that God desires to hear all of our requests. Though I will note that Jesus says two things about the requests we bring to God. First, he told us to ask for our bread. Now, I don't think Jesus was talking literally about bread here. Rather, bread is a symbol of what we need for life. What is it that we need to survive physically? What is it that we need to serve God this day? Now, there's nothing wrong with bringing more of our desires to God, but Jesus told us to focus first on those things that we need, that which we need to live and that which we need to serve God. Second, Jesus told us to ask for our daily bread. You know, we as a people tend to focus a lot on the future, to the point that we're kind of obsessed with it. It's not enough for us to know that we're okay today. We need to know that we're going to be okay tomorrow. We're looking for security. But Jesus tells us to ask for our daily bread. He tells us to ask of God what we need for today and to not worry about tomorrow. No. We prepare for tomorrow. We do what we need to do today so that we will be ready when tomorrow comes. But Jesus told us to pray for our daily bread, to ask God to grant us what we need for today in serving Him. There's particularly an importance in this when it comes to prayers for more spiritual things. That is, if I have a task in the Lord that is set before me, or if I have a temptation that I am trying to overcome, then sometimes I'll make the mistake of trying to build up everything I need in my fortitude right now. That I want to be able to overcome this temptation for the rest of my life, and I want to have the strength for that in this instant. Or, at the very least, I want to have the endurance right now to deal with this temptation for the next month or so. That doesn't work. Because Jesus is not calling us to pray for tomorrow's bread. He tells us to pray for our daily bread. Our God is not the God who will be. He's the God who is. He is the I am. And He calls us to turn to Him with our requests today. He calls us to ask Him for our daily bread. To ask for the strength we need to serve Him, to overcome temptation today. And then to come back and ask again tomorrow. And since God grants us our daily bread today, He calls us to have faith that He will be there for us tomorrow. May God be with you, and I'll see you tomorrow.